as I already told, in this video I am going to explain about the example for forward chaining and backward chaining. Okay, in our example there are 4 rules. Okay, there are rule 1, rule 2, rule 3 and rule 4. First rule, if the engine is getting gas and the engine will turn over, then the problem is spark plug. Okay, that is we are finding out the problem of a automobile. Okay, that's our example, and for that there are 4 rules and 4 conclusions from each rule. Okay, first one I already read, and the second one, if the engine does not turn over and the light does not come on, then the problem is battery or cables. Okay, then rule 3, if the engine does not turn over and the lights do come on, then the problem is starter motor. Then rule 4, if there is a gas in the fuel tank and there is a gas in the carburetor, then the engine is getting gas. Okay, there are 4 rules and 4 conclusions for each rules. Okay, 4 facts, 4 conclusions. These are rules, and we are going to discuss about data driven example. Okay, in data driven example we have some facts about our situation. Okay, from these facts we are finding out the goals or conclusions. Okay, the first one is figure 8.9, then 8.10, then 8.11. Okay, in 8.9 there are working memory and production rules are there. Okay, first there is nothing, we don't know anything about the automobile, so working memory is actually blank. Okay, then we are referring the production rule. When we are referring the production rules, there are 4 rules. Okay, from that we will get the here. First one, we don't know anything, and when we are considering the rule 1, there should be 2 things: the engine is getting gas and the engine will turn over. Okay, the engine is getting gas, whether we don't know whether the engine is getting gas or not, and the engine will turn over. Suppose the engine is turn over, then we will move for the rule 2. Then we get some idea about the engine is turn over. Then the second figure, that is figure 8.10, that is we are moving for rule 2. In rule 2 we know that the engine does not turn over, that condition is already false, so we don't need to consider the rule 2. Then for rule 3 also, the engine does not turn over, the condition is engine does not turn over, which is already we have said that the engine is turn over. Okay, so the 2 rules, rule 2 and rule 3 is false, so we are moving for rule 4. In rule 4, suppose the 2 condition is true, that is there is a gas in the fuel tank and there is a gas in the carburetor. Okay, for rule 1, first one is the engine is getting gas is actually the conclusion from the rule 4. Okay, the engine is getting gas is the conclusion of rule 4, so we can't say that whether the engine is getting gas or not when we are considering the first time. Okay, so when we are considering rule 4, suppose the 2 condition is true, then we can conclude the engine is getting gas. So from that we can conclude the problem is spark plug. Okay, that's what actually going inside this data driven example. That's we have some facts, and using that facts we are concluding. Okay, I will explain one more. First, the working memory is actually blank. We are considering the first rule. There are 2 cases: the engine is getting gas and the engine turnover. Okay, but the engine is getting gas is actually the conclusion of rule 4, so we can't say that whether it's true or false. So we are only considering the second one, the engine turn over. Suppose the engine is turns over, then if that is true, then we will move for the rule 2. For rule 2 and rule 3, the engine should not be turn over, but here already the engine is turn over, that's true, so we don't have to consider the rule 2 and rule 3. We are moving for rule 4. Suppose the 2 conditions for rule 4 is true, then we can conclude that the engine is getting gas and the engine is turn over, so we can conclude that rule 1 is true. So we can conclude from rule 1 that the problem is for the spark plug. Okay, here we have some facts. From that facts we are making some decisions. Okay, here this is the graph of I have already discussed. First pass, sorry. Okay. From the first pass, we will consider rule 1. Then rule 1, when we are considering the rule 1, there will be nothing. Then rule 2 and rule 3, we need not be considered. Then for rule 4, we can say that the conditions are true. So we will get some output from rule 4 and it will be applied for rule 1 and we will finalize the rule 1. Okay, that's what actually happening. Then we are moving for an example of goal driven. We have already discussed about the data driven example and we are moving for the goal driven example. Here from goal, that's from the conclusion, we are moving backward. Okay, this backward chaining. Here the production rules, from the working memory production rules, we are using the rules to find out fill the working memory. Okay, suppose the first thing is actually the start with the consultation of the car diagnostic example. Okay, the first one is we are considering the here we are considering the rule 4. Actually we have some conditions that we need to find out the solution. What is the problem with this? Okay, when we are considering the rule 1, the problem is spark plug. For concluding rule 1, we need two things. The engine is getting gas and the engine will turn over. Okay, the engine is getting gas is actually a conclusion from rule 4. Okay, so first, suppose the problem is X. Okay, we will consider the X with the rules. Okay, which rule is satisfying the X? The problem X. The engine is getting gas, engine will turn over, problem is spark plug. If the rule 1 is we are considering, then the working memory should contain these three conditions. Okay, when we are using rule 2, the other conditions should be satisfied. For satisfying the rule 1, the rule 4 should be satisfied. Okay, here we are moving from goal to the data. Okay, here first we consider, suppose the rule 1 is true. Okay, the problem is spark plug. For that we have two things should be true. The engine will turn over is an independent thing, so we can say that it's true. Then suppose for second one, the engine is getting gas should be true when the rule 4 is true. Okay, for making rule 4 true, we should have two things to be true. Gas in fuel tank is true and gas in carburetor is true. And we will check for those conditions. If that's also true, we will conclude that rule 1 is our resulting. Okay, I think you got it. We need to check the conditions of each rule. In goal driven, we need to check the conditions of each rule. If there is anything satisfying, suppose we are considering first rule and there are two things to be satisfied. The independent thing is the engine will turn over, the condition engine will turn over. If that is true, we will go for the next condition. The next condition is a conclusion from the rule 4. So we have to check for the conditions of rule 4. If the two conditions for rule 4 is true, then we can conclude that rule 4 is true. So the engine is getting gas is also true. From that we will get the spark plug is the problem. Okay. Then we are moving for the characteristics of expert system. An expert system is built to perform at a human expert level in a narrow specialized domain. So high quality performance is the main characteristics of expert system. Then the speed of reaching a solution is also a characteristics of expert system. Actually, the timely manner of replying or conclusion making is an important thing in the expert system. The conclusion should get within the time, else it will be useless. Okay, so it's a speed of the speed of reaching solution is also an expert system characteristics. Then expert system applying heuristics to guide the reasoning and thus reduce the search area for a solution. That's here we are using the heuristic rules also. So we can reduce the searching area. The searching area, that's how much we have to search for the solution. We can reduce that. Okay, these are the characteristics. Then a unique feature of an expert system is its explanation capability. I have already explained about explanation capability. It's enabled the expert system to review its own reasoning and explanation its decisions. Okay, it's a good quality of an expert system. Then expert system employs symbolic reasoning when solving a problem. We have already discussed two types of solving problems, that is backward chaining and forward chaining. In that we are using the graphical representation. Okay, that's actually what's happening there. Then symbols are used to represent different types of knowledge such as facts, concepts and rules. These are the characteristics of expert system. Then advantage of rule based expert system is natural knowledge representation. That is, natural knowledge representation is actually the way of handling the knowledge. Okay, uniform structure, there will be a uniform structure for the expert system, so we can find out the bugs and errors easily. The separation of knowledge from its processing, that's here the knowledge base is separated from its processing, so it won't be affected by this processing. Okay, the separation of knowledge from its processing. Then dealing with incomplete and uncertain knowledge, that here we can dealing with incomplete and uncertain knowledge. By using that we can conclude some partial things, and that by using that partial things we can conclude some specific things. That's what actually the use of rule based expert system. Okay, thank you. I think you get some idea about the examples and all. If you have any doubt you can ask me. Thank you.